All right. Guys, we're doing tier list now. Now, we're not doing tier list year 2, monster tier list. This is just monster tier list halfway through the game, maybe 3/4 of the way through the game. So we've done year 1. We'll do the one now, and then we'll do one when we're finished. Sound good?
Done. Sounds great.
Sounds good. We've also reorganized some of the categories. So we got Rexus. These are the guys that absolutely book us. We're scared of them. They're terrifying. These are top tier. Basically, it's the S tier. Oof. Then we have not bad. We have meh, and then we have our amDirt bin. And it's a sliding scale, I guess. So from top to bottom, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then finally, when Gaz and I can't quite agree on where something sits, Gaz will roll a dice. And it's a D6, so if it lands on a 4, 5, or a 6, it'll go to whoever had the higher of the tier options. Otherwise, it will drop down to the one below.
Sounds like a perfect system.
I think it's a good system. I think this is a system that we will be able to carry on to all future tier lists, especially our boss tier list, which I can't wait to do. It's just I want to do that now, but we can't because
we
haven't seen them all.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so let's begin. I've also reorganized this so it's nice and clean. We're gonna go with the city guard or just the guard in general. Boring, plain, uses the guard deck. Don't think they. Oh, okay. That was quick and easy. I can't really disagree with that. There's no world where they jump up to meh. Right?
No.
They can't.
I mean, like, they're just like the epitome of nothing special, right? They just do shield, retaliate, or move and hit.
They literally started nothing special. Like, you're right. They're the epitome. They are nothing special. Now, speaking of a guard, I guess, type archetype, we're going straight into Lurkers. And we're going with the Lurker Soldier. So, Lurker Soldier, we would have seen at the very beginning with, I don't know, scenario 7. And it was a bit meh back then. And since then, I personally have had my ass torn apart by these. Multi-target attacks. I think they have Pierce in there. They're like as scary as Living Bones.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of putting it. Living Bones always seem like they're always a challenge in a sense, but not too hard. These, when we first came across them, we were just like blitzing through. And I think maybe through buffing them through a couple of levels, potentially with the right allies, we've had a couple of scenarios where they were quite dangerous and going quite quickly from memory. Not super quick, but like reasonably. And just hitting people real hard. So
yeah. Is it fair to say that these probably haven't been represented enough in terms of Lurkers? We've seen more of the Claw Crushers and maybe the Wave Throwers, but not so much Soldiers. And yet, here we are.
Yeah, possibly. I think like the big Claw Crushers are the ones that stand out. And we obviously remember the Wave Throwers through scenario 22. So I think these ones just seem to be there as well.
Yeah.
Look, I'd say not bad. I don't think that these are particularly like mega dangerous.
Mate,
I just think
that's the thing though, is like you guys haven't been as damaged by them as I recently have. And that's why
show me where the Lurker Soldier touched you.
Right there. And I'm putting them top tier, not bad, all right? Just because I want to oof him, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Let's go with the Claw Crusher. So Claw Crushers are your big tanky guys. They like you having shield.
Yeah. I mean, these are kind of either low, not bad, or meh, I reckon. High meh.
High meh?
Well, there's certain kind of archetypes as we go through this, right? You're going to have your big tanky thing for most of the factions.
Number sponge.
And for this faction, the sponge, yeah. For this faction, this is the big tanky thing.
Yeah.
And I guess spoilers for what comes in the future, but generally we find the big tanky things for each kind of faction not to be that hard. I thought these are probably at the higher tier of the big tanky thing.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
They can pump out damage. The shields are annoying. They impair as well, which is the quietly the worst condition you can have because you think it doesn't mean anything, and then you always want to use all your items whenever you have impair for one round.
I think a good way of thinking about this, and probably for the whole tier list, is if we open the door and there's 4 of these guys in there, we're kind of like, okay,
meh.
Right?
We call it meh.
Yeah,
meh. Right? Yeah, that's it.
I'm excited to beat them up.
Yeah, that's it. They're not. You can't ignore them unless you can, and then you can ignore them.
All right, Zippers, Mind Snippers. I'm looking at an early oof here.
Yeah.
I think that they have retaliated from memory, or is that just your solid scenario on the crab?
I think that might have just been the solo scenario, I
Okay.
suppose.
They've got multi-target attack. It's mostly ranged. They have a lot of pierce. They curse, and they can mind control us to make us
Yeah.
hit each other. Luckily, we haven't
This
come
is
across that. Actually, I came across that once, and Phil was on his blink
yeah.
blade, and I was on my snowflake. That could have been really bad for me.
These are, I think, an example of something where the potential of them is oof, but we've probably only encountered them as meh.
Yes,
So we maybe only seen them 3 or 4 times at most,
that's a good
and
point.
all of the time they haven't really done much.
No.
And I actually feel like I remember comments from our first tier list where we probably put them in the bin, and people were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you put them in the bin! Like they are so dangerous." And we've kind of almost seen some of their cards when we did some later lurker scenarios, but again, they didn't really do much
Mm.
because it was just timing. So, look, I'm happy to put them either in oof or pure on potential.
Yeah. I
They could
think
be really
potential's a
good.
good point. I mean, yeah, it's a good point that if something seems overly dangerous, but if they haven't been causing us a lot of problems, then we shouldn't put them somewhere based on theory. If because this is our personal tier list from our experiences in our campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, look, I'm happy with there and not banned. I feel like if we opened a room and there was 1 or 2 of these and a soldier and a claw crusher, for example, we would focus them down, and again, they probably wouldn't do much.
That's true.
So I think that does influence it. So yeah, I'd say we'd prioritize them.
Okay. Finally, wave
It's actually
mate. Oh, yep.
well, it's actually a good point. When we go through this, I think that if we don't think something's a threat, surely it can't be any higher than meh, right?
Yeah.
Like if we open that door and it's there and we ignore that to kill something else, then it couldn't possibly be a threat.
No, that's a good point.
Cool.
So then, speaking of which, how high are we stick on this threat? Because this is like
on
burn it, right? You have to.
scenario 22, right? They wreck us and they're top tier worst ever. Every other scenario somewhere, I don't know, not bad and below.
Yeah. So these are local wave throwers. There's the ones that spawn the lightning eels in the water, and they also have innate immobilize from memory. A lot of range stuff. Their whole job is to swarm the board as much as possible and prevent you from getting to them. And we had such a rough time on scenario 22, ice flows, that other people who enjoyed ice flows didn't have to deal with them the way that we had to, which in our mind is probably going to put these guys higher than an average group.
For sure. Like that one, and it's not even that one scenario, that one go of that one scenario, because we repeated it and didn't have that experience again, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a small snippet of one scenario has just like permanently burnt these creatures, in these monsters, into our mind at like this oof standard of like they can just ruin your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with them. Probably I reckon fair is low oof.
Okay.
Right now we don't have anything else to put them lower than, but I think we keep them there. They're probably low oof.
They're probably what? Loof?
Low oof.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, loof.
Okay, loof. Okay, not hoof.
Yeah, loof or hoof.
Not
Yeah.
hoof.
Yeah, that's it. Coined.
Lightning eels.
See, this is where we differ. Like I put these in the meh category.
Put these in the meh category.
Yeah, I mean, they're so easy to avoid,
I get
except
that.
for when the scenario makes it so that you can't avoid them.
So lightning eels killed me on scenario 45, and they single-handedly cost us scenario 45 twice. Right? That's got to mean something.
But that's because we were at the end of the scenario. We all had no cards left, and there's these little like cabbage leaf style monsters laying in our way, and we just tripped over them on the way and then died. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. Like, if you think they should go higher,
I'm gonna put them in not bad. So I think this is the dice roll.
you reckon?
Yeah.
All right. So 4, 5, 6, they're going in not bad. 5. There we go.
I'll put them in low, not bad. They're going in a lot bad.
Yeah. All right. Lot bad. Yep. Done.
Abael Scout. Abael Scout. I don't know if these guys actually use the Scout deck or if they have their own Abael Scout deck. I should probably check that.
Yeah. These are the ones that poison, right?
Innate poison. Very low health, but kind of pinning in the corner.
Right.
A lot of ranged.
Yeah. Yeah. These ones are weird. We haven't seen these heaps. They've been in a decent amount of scenarios, but not like constant. And I think when they're there, they've either been You're right, because they've got such low health. They don't have shields. They're
They
easy
just
to
hit
kill.
really hard. They hit
Yeah.
like insanely hard with poison. So you throw a few of them together, or if they're grouped up, and you got three. That it's kind of like getting hit with black imps in a way, just harder hitting ones. But yeah, they're squish, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, these are also a problem when it comes to you get hit with these, you get poisoned, and then you get hit by a bunch of other little things,
Yeah.
right? That's like all the piranha pigs that are swarming you.
It's true.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I might stick them right there.
Yep. Sounds good.
Abael herders, so the counterpart to the Abael scouts. These are known for doing a railgun dependent on the next creature, which is the piranha pigs. They're all about spawning piranha pigs and obviously moving them. They herd the piranha pigs ultimately. So on their own, they're pretty garbage, but
yeah, so this is a really tricky one, right? Because these go somewhere between like oof, because we focus them down really quickly if we can. They can have these big impact turns like their big railgun or their immobilize or push, stuff like that, where they've actually wrecked us and turns. I mean, speaking about scenario 44, they were one of the reasons we got behind on one of those because they pulled in immobilize. But at the same point, we're really scared of them, but they've had so many turns where they've done absolutely nothing. So that's really tricky because, again, we focus them. So
yeah, it's a fear from
I don't
potential.
know. Yeah, and I think, again, if there's no piranha pigs on the map, their potential damage just drops way off, right? Because all the worst they're doing is
I
spawning.
think it's safe to assume when you see these guys, there's always piranha pigs on the map.
Yeah, true. So I don't know. Look, I'm happy to put them in not bad. I don't think that they're oof standard.
Are you scared of more of these or Abael scouts?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably these.
Oh wow, okay.
Only because they summon shit. Like,
That's true.
scouts just do damage. And damage is, while it can do a lot of damage is easy to navigate. And it's not like a big variable in the scenario. It's like, oh, these are going to hit me hard. Okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But these are going to potentially immobilize me or summon another piranha pig, which we hate, or shoot us from the other side of the map with like an attack 5, range 5, pierce 5, like railgun. I know they don't have pierce, so please don't put that in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. That's where I see the potential is way worse.
Okay.
And also, they're not that easy to kill. The scouts seem to have low life.
Yeah. Well, they usually position the annoying things at the very back corner of a room.
That's true as well. Yeah. They're like, here are a bunch of piranha pigs, a couple of scouts, and we're going to put this guy who summons and commands them all the way over there. Yeah. So.
Speaking of piranha pigs, I want to oof these.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah. I reckon early on, I would have put these in the meh.
Yeah.
But seeing them again and again and again, they go quickly, they hit hard, they wound you, they jump around. They just are a pain in the ass.
They are. Like, they feel beefy as well. Like, they feel like they don't die. Like, they don't have the 5 health or whatever that the lightning eels have, or the 5 health, 4 health that the scouts have. They've got like 8, which is a really annoying kind of number. Because on average, you're not hitting for that high. And there's 10 standees, by the way.
Yeah, that's the swarmer factor is a big one as well. Like, that's the thing. So two things with piranha pigs that I think you hit on. I agree why they should go in oof. There's usually lots of them. It's very rare there's one, right? Dealing with 4 or 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing is the elite versions, they have that just enough health, or at least on the difficulty that we're playing on, that you're right, it's hard to burn them in one turn.
Yeah.
So you've got lots of them that maybe take 2 hits, maybe 3 hits if you don't get a good hit. And in that time, they're hitting for 4 or 5 and wounding you. And you get 2 or 3 of these next to you and you can just drop really quickly. So yeah, I agree. They're definitely oof. Yeah. I'd actually put them above the soldiers, but I know you have a personal...
The wave throwers?
Oh, is that wave throwers, is it?
Soldiers are here.
Oh, okay, yeah. I put them above wave throwers.
Yeah, no, I'm actually happy with that. They're pretty oofy.
Yeah.
We have hounds, dogs, wolves, steel automatons. Yeah. Lately, I know this is a potential thing. They go early, they can immobilize, they can go, and ruin all your plans, etc. Yet, other than that, and they have retaliate, which on paper all sounds terrible, by the way. Yet, I want to meh them.
Oh man,
I want a high
no.
meh them.
Oh, high meh. Yeah, look, high meh, low, not bad. These are your ultimate resource draining shock troops. They put them at the start of a scenario. They go early. They run right up to you and they hit you, and then you have to hit them because they've got retaliate.
Yeah.
So your first turn, you go from, hey, everything's looking really good. Holy shit, where did these 5 wolves come from? What happened to all my health? And now my turn's messed up because I have to deal with these rather than the one thing that's 5 squares away that I wanted to get to and kill. So I agree though, high meh or low or no, not bad. Like they do their job really, really well, but I don't think they're that dangerous.
Yeah. No, everything
So
you
I,
said makes sense. I actually like all that. The swarm tactics as well are really dangerous. Kind of like the piranha pigs, right? They both have that,
yeah,
if they're adjacent to allies, except I think these guys have +2 or something stupid. So you
yeah.
put a few of
Well,
these
that's the
together.
thing. I think I love the design of the wolves. I think that it's great because they do exactly what they're supposed to be. They don't hang around. They usually die really quickly because you have to kill them. But you're right. They can have those occasional turns when they're surrounding you where you just you get wrecked, right? Or they pull their
Mm,
immobilized card when you're in an escape scenario, and
yeah, yeah. We've had some fun with them. We definitely
yeah,
have. They usually go hand in hand with polar bears.
for some reason.
For some reason, I love the fact
The
that the
old
dev
wolf.
team have just
Yeah.
thrown out of every other, I don't know, carnivore or ferocious animal, they've gone with polar bears, and even the
Yep.
image is amazing. It's just they're on a tiny little island of ice.
Yep. That's it. So they've got the wolf and the hound, the wolf hound dog things, and the polar bear specifically are in an alliance.
Do you think they're the guard of the animal kingdom,
Yeah, 100%.
but not
These
quite
never seem
bin?
dangerous. Yeah. Oh, I
I
never
rate these
feel.
guys higher than all the bipedal ones, by the way.
I don't. I never feel threatened by a what are they called? A polar bear. I mean, in Frosthaven, I'm sure IRL, I would feel that very threatened. But
Yes.
so please, polar bears, stay off YouTube comments.
Uh-huh.
Now, except for the one scenario in which I wanted to open a door and see not a polar bear, and
Yeah.
I only saw a polar bear sitting on a chair. So, look, I'm happy with low mare, but I don't ever see these as a threat.
I want to put these at the lowest of mares, but not quite in the bin with the rest of the
Yep.
guards. That might
Yep.
be there along with this guy. This guy here. All right, we got drakes. Starting off with rending drakes. How many scenarios have we seen rending drakes? One?
One or two.
It was
I
the
can
Perry
think of
Piper one, the
Yep.
foresty one, where they had a lot of fun with Phil.
I feel like there's at least one more we've seen them. But look, most of my thoughts of these is all based on Gloomhaven.
Yeah, and
And it's just not fair.
yeah, I guess they seem scary on paper. They do. I don't know. What are you thinking? I don't know. I'm thinking high
Look,
mare low, not bad. Like
yeah, I think high mare. Like, honestly, if we saw these more often, I think they would be
I
higher
think they'll go up.
because they have that potential to just again, they have such good attacks.
Yeah.
But we just haven't seen them enough to really care. And this is more based on our experience than any actual academic
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah. Spitting drakes. Would you put them higher than the raining drakes? Are you more scared
Yeah,
of the spitting drakes?
Yeah, because they have stun.
Because
And
they have
stun's
stun.
gross.
They 100% have stun.
And they're ranged.
They are. I think they've got poison attacks as well, and they're flying.
Yep.
Good
We've seen them in a
fun.
couple of scenarios.
We're in not bad, are we?
We're in not bad.
Above Hell Abael
Maybe,
herders?
are they maybe just higher? Are they in meh, but just higher than rending drakes?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think they're any more dangerous than what's already in there.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. No, I'm happy with that. We need to see more of them. I know we've seen more spitting drakes because of the crane scenario. I think the scrap heap, but even there, they weren't too scary. It's another potential one. Or we're just so good, guys, that we just know we see things and we just know how to deal with it, right? It's probably that.
Let's go with that. Yeah, 100%.
Vermling priests. Now we've only just recently seen these, and I believe they're a Gloomhaven and Jaws of the Lion mob. And these guys have shield, and they're your standard priesty kind of healy stuff, which I find very irritating.
Yeah. Well, not bad.
Yeah, I think they're not bad. Yeah.
I mean, they're probably are they more annoying than wolves and eels?
Wolves tear you apart. These guys keep the other things alive that tear
Yeah.
you apart. And this is where
Yep.
it's just kind of different. I'm not afraid of them, but I want them gone, but they don't go.
Yeah,
And it
because they've
just,
got one shield as well, right? Like they've got
yeah,
shields and yeah. Okay, that's fair. Yep.
I feel like not bad's going to get filled.
Yep.
All right, let's go with these scouts. Now, these are 10 standees. A lot of poison attacks, your standard kind of little vermling assassin type.
Look, this is a tricky one because these are only dangerous when you open a room and there's 10 of them, right? Like
Which
if
we have
there's
done.
if you which we have done in that one instance, and it was kind of scary. But if you're only fighting them in 4 or 5s, I don't. They've got such low health, and I think while they attack and poison, I don't think they're that big a threat.
They
I
probably
don't
sit
know.
with
What do you
rending
think?
drugs at the moment.
Yeah, probably.
They can be, but I'd take rending drugs over them in terms of scary. All right, we're going to get into Imp Town. So Imp Town, we got the Forest Imps starting off with. These are the Cursey Imps. They all use the Imp deck, but these ones have the Curse factor. Which... I think we've seen a lot of these in a lot of Snow Imps, maybe not as many Black Imps. So I'm probably... I'm actually going to put them in a meh, I think. A high meh.
Hi, man.
Yeah, I think
I
a
mean,
high
curses are
meh.
annoying.
They
The imps
are.
are annoying. They've got low life, but like, there's usually lots of them, and they do multi-target attacks. So
Yes. And multi-target
it's-
attacks come with curses as well,
yeah,
which... poison as well, sorry. I think that's specific to one of the multi-target attacks. It's like poison, but also they're heavy innate curse, so you're getting both. Snow Imps, though, I'm probably... I kind of want to oof them now.
whoa,
Yeah, I know. It's been such a long time, but... since we've fought them heaps. But
Yeah.
I don't know, the brittle scares me again.
So people that haven't listened to our podcast or not for a really long time, we spent the first maybe year of our Frosthaven in-game campaign complaining that all we would fight was snow imps and that they were the worst and we hated them. And basically, since we complained, they just don't exist now. It's
No,
like,
they really don't.
Game patched them out.
Well, they're not in like underground tunnels and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, look,
I personally would like to oof them, and if you want to pick somewhere else, we can dice roll it.
No, that's all right. I'm happy to go with that. Yeah, chuck them low oof, right?
No, 100% low oof. But
Yep,
if I
okay.
see them, I do have a little mini panic attack. Just a little one. Not when I was on the shackles, though. For some reason, I really wanted to see more on the shackles. Black Imps. I think Black Imps will round this out probably in the middle somewhere. Because of the... And the main reason being they're poison specialists, but you have disadvantage on hitting them. Which is just annoying.
These, for me, I find these are the most dangerous of the imps.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that these by themselves, because they have multi-target attacks, they're poison, and you get disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the frost imps need something else following up to really use that brittle, where these don't need to, right? I mean, the brittle does, but in saying that, I'm happy with these being in the not bad, because again, it's all just kind of. I also could be flavoring part of my opinion based on Gloomhaven, because there were some scenarios in Gloomhaven where these were just gross.
Okay. That's fair.
So yeah, I'm happy for them to be roughly in the middle.
Okay. Like in the middle of the tier?
There looks fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, why
okay.
not? Yep. Sounds good.
Deep Terror. Tentacles. We've only seen these recently. I know that they're a Gloomhaven mob, and I kind of want to oof these as well.
Yeah, these are pretty gross, right? Like for the turret type monsters, having decent range, annoying attacks, retaliate, push, okay health, and the ability to summon themselves again, like all of those things is really yuck. And I mean, again, they're used really well in the scenarios because they're always put five like hexes away
They're in
from
the
where
corners.
you start or we enter a room, and they're in annoying places you can't get to. So again, that makes them worse, but that's all the mobs usually get like put in their best case scenario. So
Yeah. And this is going to be interesting again because this is an evolution of when we first encountered these versus now versus the third time we do this later on in our campaign at the end. How much movement we're going to get with some of these. Ooze. I'm saying all that because of the ooze right now, because ooze traditionally was something that I hated in Gloomhaven, and in Frosthaven, I'm kind of like poke stick meme. All right,
Remember,
do
remember when
something.
we did that scenario where
They
they
didn't
spent
move.
8 turns not moving, right, and not moving into the traps that we had laid for them? Yeah.
Yeah, so because of that, we stick
Uh,
them in the bin, right?
nah, I don't know.
It's
Oozes are hard.
I want to angry bin them just to make them come back and show me that I'm wrong.
No, no, they're so. No, I think these are definitely either high met or low not bad. It's just
Ooh,
because the splitting isn't that bad. It's the multiple target ranged poison attacks.
yes,
That's what's the gross thing is. And they split and they split and you go, oh, this isn't too bad. And then you move up and kill a couple of them, and then the next other 5 remaining go, oh, we're gonna hit you 5 times with poison.
yeah, I agree. I 1,000,000% agree. Oozes have always been terrifying to me. It's just in Frosthaven right now, they haven't done anything,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting for them to come back and really show me that they deserve to be not bad. All right. Burrowing Blades.
So Beyblade number 1.
Beyblade OG.
Beyblade number 1.
Even though
Okay,
no
yeah.
one agrees with us because they're not
No one
spinning.
agrees. Let's spin. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. All right.
I want to oof them.
Ooh,
I think I want to oof them.
really?
I really do. Just because they've got several attacks that do the thing, right? The Beyblade thing, which I imagine now they're burrowing under the ground and for some reason coming up to hit us a little bit as they're doing it, which doesn't
No, they're
make any
totally
sense.
spinning
They're
through the air.
100% spinning.
Spinning through the air.
Yeah, and it's got jump as well. But yeah, they hit everything. They wound everything on the way through. They got another one that curses everything on the way through. Heaven forbid you're a summoning class.
Yeah.
That's going to cop everything on the way. I don't think they're like hard to kill or they're doing drastic damage. But when there's multiple of them and they're just spinning around and doing their thing, I think it's horrendous. I think it's gross.
All right, sold. Low oof. Yep. Low oof based on the fact that all of those things you said are true, and that when we see them, we are always like, let's kill them.
Oh yeah,
Right.
without a doubt.
So you're right. Like in our sessions, they probably don't get to do their gross stuff as much because they become like public enemy number 1 as soon as they spawn.
Mm,
Yeah, agree.
yeah. Now we've got Shrike Fiends.
Ooh.
I want to give these guys the first Rexus.
Yeah, agree.
I love the design of these. I think they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just from a theory point of view, a lore point of view, and from a thematic point of view, I think they're phenomenal. Their abilities are busted. They do a lot of pure damage. The fact that they can change the whole landscape based on pulling everyone from stupid range, and the second, that's just one. The second you have a second one and it chain reacts, and you've got 2 or 3 of these guys in a room, it's just fucked.
Yeah, 2 of these guys in a room is a really dangerous room. It's amazing, like 2 monsters. 2 monsters, and it just going, okay, it's not so much just that they're going to pump out damage, but they're also just going to make a mess of whatever plans you've got.
Yeah.
Right. And if you have any summons, rip. Just no. You just do not get
I really, now, hello, spoilers, not spoilers, I really want to see a lot of these now moving forward.
Why?
Because I think that'll be
why do
so
you hate
much,
me?
that is so much
Why
fun.
do you
That
hate
would be
me
so much fun. And then we can create a tier list for them. Like just just go up a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Harrow Infestors.
I mean, these are the top of Rexus. These are basically bosses, right? We've encountered these once.
It's so long
and we
ago. It was a year ago, dude.
Because okay, so let's just go through the things that they've got, right?
Oh, no,
High damage, high health,
I don't need to.
retaliate, ranged, heal, self heals. I'm pretty sure they have some status effects thrown in there as well. Like these are like, you know, in a video game where you play and there's like the elite henchmen, like, you know, it's before a boss and you got to fight one of these things to get into the boss. And then right near the end of the game, there's like a room with 3 of them. And you're like, oh, this is serious because there's 3 of these things that I've been fighting. And that's how I see these. If we open a door and there's one of these, I would probably just call it then.
Say, I agree with everything you say, except for the fact that we haven't seen them in so long. So
that's
when
why
I
they're
see
terrifying.
them, I'm like, oh my god, it's these guys again! How exciting! Oh, that's right. I hate these guys.
Yeah, it's exciting, but it's like watching a horror movie, right? If you see the bad guy or the monster too much, it becomes not scary because we don't see these guys. It's like the lore or the hype around them just keeps building.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have a blink blade back then, but no, because
Yeah, I
I'd be
know.
like,
But they got retaliate. It doesn't matter about the blink blade. The
can you
blink
imagine
blade will go up
somewhere
and kill himself.
the Harrower infestors at some stage are going to be sitting in front of their computer doing a tier list, going, okay, where you put the blink blade? They're like, oh my god, Rex us, right? And they haven't been able to do that yet because it hasn't
Not a,
happened. But in theory,
no,
they're like, nah, blink blades are busted because of X, Y, Z.
no. They're gonna be. We're gonna rock up at C1 and say, "Oh, look what we've got. Oh, we thought you were scary, but we've brought our blink blade." And then the blink blade's gonna go up and just kill himself on them with the retaliate and be like, "Oh, oops. What do we have now?" Right?
I'm putting them
Yeah.
low Rexus due to the fact that they've only appeared once and they managed to get here.
That's fun. I'm happy
Okay.
with that.
So now we're going to Undead Land. Starting off with everyone's favorite, vanilla, because everyone loves vanilla, skeleton flavored ice cream, living bones.
Look, I love these. I think they're such a good design. They've carried perfectly through Gloomhaven and perfectly through Frosthaven. Anytime we see them, they're not so bad that we go, oh my god, these are terrible, but you always want to kill them, and sometimes they have really big turns. I don't know. These are like the ultimate middle of the road. Like, really well designed, always a threat, but not too hard, but never too easy.
No, so you're saying they're not bad. That'd have to be high, not
Well,
bad.
they're like, I don't know, where would you put vanilla ice cream on this list? Because that's what these are.
There's enough people out there that want vanilla ice cream. It's because it's in its own yogurt, right? It's in its own. It's when you get a Magnum or a Choc Top or something like that. It's the most commmmon.
Yeah, that's it. Vanilla's not bad. Vanilla is vanilla because vanilla's so good. Like that's it. So I don't know. I'd either be putting them like in somewhere low, not bad. I can't see them in there. I can't see them
I
in
was
there.
gonna high, not bad to low oof.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I say high, not bad. I don't think oof at all. I don't think these ever make us super scared, but they definitely are a pain in the
I'd
ass.
stick behind the Lurker soldiers because the Lurker soldiers are like them, but in crab form.
But
Because it's also got one of the most misread cards because their innate ability to attack multiple targets, yet they've got cards in there that attack one person with all the attacks, the targets. And someone always misses that. I think last session, Mark missed that. And all the skeletons have started beating on him.
yeah, you miss it when you're reading it to work out what they're gonna do, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, "Okay, it's fine for me to stand next to these three because they're only gonna hit me once." No, they're not. They're all hitting me 3 times.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, great. Yeah. So
No, I like it. They've also got the shield, yeah. No, that's good. All right, frozen corpses. Haven't seen these in a while.
Yeah.
They've got the little pyramid things. Sorry, they are the guard of the undead.
yeah, they are. Yeah, no, in the bin actually. No, sorry, in the bin.
High in the bin.
Oh, I don't even know. Right?
Out of
Like
these two,
they
who do you think will
every
win out of
time.
a fight between the frozen corpse and the guard, the city guard?
Oh, I think they both just fall asleep, right? Like neither. I don't know. Look, every time I see these, I'm always waiting for them to do something really bad. And the only thing in our entire Frosthaven campaign that has ever been impactful that they've done is when they immobilized all of us when we were trying to move and get in and kill something. That was it.
No, that was the second one. The second one was my PQ, where the scenario rules were on each attack, whatever it is they push. So these guys chain pushed us through the slippy sliding level.
But I feel like that was the scenario and the scenario rules.
100%. I know.
These could have been like, a town guard and it would have been just the same thing. So
Yeah.
look, I'm happy with that in the bin, top of the bin. Yeah, sure.
Froze ice race.
Oof.
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah, right. I like that. Whoa,
I
wave
think-
throwers?
Higher than wave throwers, yeah.
Lower than Piranha Pigs or higher?
That's
I'll
tricky.
probably go just under, actually. I still don't like Piranha Pigs.
Just due to infrequency, and they can have nothing turns. So piranha pigs, I think, are always dangerous.
Yes, that's true.
Ice wraiths can sometimes, if they in their switching turn or some of those things, can
Healing
just be
turn.
not impactful.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, stuff like that. They can have rest turns, which is good for a monster that's kind of really powerful like them. But still, my most favorite designed creature.
Easily. I think that, I think these are the ones that give most groups the most problems from a planning point of view, because all your plans will literally, I mean, Shrike Fiends do that as well, but like all right, I'm going to go here and deal with that. Oh, no, he's swapping. So I won't do that, I guess, because he's now going to have red. But that guy, I'm going to hit that guy instead because he's got shield. Oh, I didn't bring my PS because I wasn't planning. Oh, okay. Well, you just ruined my turn.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Living Spirit.
Oh, we just fought these.
We did. They're carrying on from Gloomhaven. They're very low health, high shield. I believe they have curse mechanics.
Yeah, I'm going to put these in meh simply because I feel like in Frosthaven we've never been short of pierce and or pure damage.
That's true.
I feel like in Gloomhaven that was, I don't want to say rarer because I know there's a lot of characters that had both of those things, but when you had these, and even we'll get to the other type of demons that have high shields, I remember in Gloomhaven, you had to have a real specific like kind of turn or plan for them. In these, we didn't. We just went into it and we did fine. Like they were dying all the time.
That's true.
So yeah, I think
the only thing that's really got going for it right now is it's flying. That's
probably which eliminates some certain types of pure damage.
Now, Living Doom, we have started to see a few more just over the course of the campaign. Nowhere near as much as, Chaos Demons and all of that. But I rate them a little higher than I have been. Every time I've seen them, I've rated them slightly higher. They're still not oof. But the fact that these guys have a card that allow them to summon living spirits based on their current health is a really interesting mechanic in that you want to burn these guys. They become a priority, right? They have a scary factor about them. Because last time we had one, it just spawned 3 living spirits maximum, just like that. And it was like, oh, okay, cool. Way to impact our scenario stamina.
Yeah. I don't know.
They hit fairly hard as well, don't they? We just had to avoid it.
I think so. Yeah. Like these are pretty dangerous. We just haven't seen them enough, and I think when we have, we've burnt them. I feel like in one of the scenarios that we saw them in, we managed to deal with them quite quickly and they didn't summon. And we just recently did a scenario that they were in. They already were surrounded by living spirits and then they summoned more. But we were in a really strong point come that part of the scenario, so it didn't really impact. But I can see these being at the end of a hard scenario and it being a really tough fight.
Yeah.
So
they were the final boss in 107, My Private Empire. It was one of these and a few living bones, remember? And then Mark threw a trap at him. So at the end of a long attrition thing, All right, Unfettered. Here we go. Ancient Artillery.
I think these are oof, but not as oof as Dark Terrors.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because they're similar archetypes, right? The turrety doesn't move, just sits in the corner, always in the back of the room, really long range. They're a priority to get to, but then they've got some additional tricks like immobilized shots, a lot of AoE, and they've got when you finally get in space with them, they've got another card that just pushes them off you and shoots you in the face. So I think that
because they don't have the retaliate, I feel like they just become not as dangerous as the deep terrors.
They don't respawn baby ones either.
Yeah. Like you don't deep terrors. You have a kind of a rough time killing because you get hurt when you do it. So,
Ruined Machines. This is a tough one.
These are so tough because we had them at Rexus and then in the bin, and now recent. I reckon they've gone right back up to the top of the scale because we've been reminded how gross they can be.
Yeah, they almost lost us one of the scenarios we had recently because of the timings, and their timings were so on point with that explosion thing, their movement, and there's 10 of them, right?
Yeah. I just think due to the nature of how swingy they can be, they've got to just be like close to the top of not bad. Because I think that they're really bad turns, which happen infrequently due to 1 or 2 cards. It's really just 1 card. Can be absolutely devastating. But then the rest of the time, they're pretty meh.
They are. Yeah, okay. I
don't know.
Are they higher than Mind? I'll put them higher than Mind Snippers. Only because we've seen them more frequently. Yeah, that's weedy right there. Runic Bolt Shooters.
Oh, these are another one that I reckon when our first year we had them in the bin.
Yeah, we did.
And then we've encountered them maybe 4 or 5 times.
They got buffed or something. I swear they were shooting us for 1 attack. Target 4, attack 1. And now it's target 4, attack 4 or something stupid. I don't know if we misread the card or if the X-Haven we were using back then was wrong, but I swear they got stealth patched.
Stealth patched like a buff. Yeah. They've definitely gotten worse.
They 100% have. You put 2 of them in a room, that's what? And if we're all happen to be in range, that's a lot of damage. A lot of damage they're putting out. Like a crazy amount.
I reckon the big deal with these is where they're positioned and whether they can make use of having because attacking two targets is most creatures will be able to get that off,
Mm.
right? Because it's usually two people. Anything above two though becomes like a lot of time a waste. I think where we've seen these, like in my private empire that they were in opposite corners of the map, and the map that room was too big. So they didn't get heaps of targets. They got maybe two at most. But
Mm.
when we did that other robot one where we all spawned in and there was like 5 or 6 of them all in the room and
Oh
they were all in
yeah.
range of us, like that's the kind of situation where they're all getting off 3 or 4 attacks. And that becomes, even though they're only hitting for 1 or 2, that starts to add up really quickly.
Mm.
So, these are massively dependent on where they appear in the scenario, whether
Mm.
they're effective or not. Because even the earlier ones we saw as well, they were at the end of a corridor.
Yeah.
So we were moving up, but they're only hitting 1 or 2 people, which again, for low damage, it really didn't have an impact.
No. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, these are. It's like map design. When they design the scenarios, they're only going to put these kind of mobs, the deep terrors and the ancient artillery, in the most annoying spots too. Otherwise, they just if they threw them in the middle of an open room, it'd be nothing.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think they're in a spot where they will cause a little bit of shakiness, bit of scared.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Unfettered suck. Also, we have
Ooh,
flaming blade spinners. This is the upgraded version of the burrowing blades because they're the same race and faction and creature. Everyone, they're exactly the same. Blade Blade
uh,
2.0.
again, I think I put them in at they've got to be oof.
They're
I
gonna
reckon
be
these
oof.
are probably slightly more dangerous than the OG Beyblades.
Yeah, they're
Just because
100% be more.
retaliate,
Yeah.
and the multi-target attacks and stuff like that.
Mm.
So
No, I like it. I like it. It retaliates. Yeah, dumb, and then the multi-target attacks, and yeah, and they always eat my fire as well.
they're a pain in the ass.
Always. Steel automaton.
In the bin.
Yeah, they'd have to be, right?
In the bin.
If anything, we look at them like, oh my god, let me hit it.
Can we get our DPS meters
Pretty
up?
much. And yes, they got like I think at our level shield 3 normally they're rocking it, and then yes, they can play a card that goes early that gives them like a shield 6, but I think they're quite easy to deal with. They're slow moving apart from the new card that we discovered that allows them to move 4. Other than that, they're quite
Yeah.
easy to play around. And by now, you should have a lineup where at least 1 or 2 people have either pure damage or can put overlay tiles on the ground or something to deal
Yeah.
with them.
I think that's the thing with these big tanky like brute style archetype monsters is that they very rarely come in big numbers. So when you have to deal with one of these or two of these, it's not that threatening.
Mm,
And I just don't think we've had a situation where there's been like if there was 1 or 2 of these in a room with lots of other monsters. Again, I don't think that they would be a big problem. They would just be one monster that's going to walk up to you occasionally, and hit you really hard.
yeah.
Whereas you probably have like if they're in a room with all these ruined machines, the ruined machines are the problem.
Mm,
Like not them. Or the same with the bolt shooters. The bolt shooters are the problem, not
yeah.
them. So yeah, I just don't ever think that these cause that many
No.
headaches.
And unfortunately, yes, the tier list is based around, I think, just the how much we fear a particular monster. But if we had to sit there and almost design a room with each group collectively, I mean, they're important. Their whole job is to distract us and cause, get in your way so that we can't get to the ancient artilleries that we're desperately trying to get to. So putting
Yeah.
them in the bin is a little unfair, but for this particular tier list, this is where they belong.
No, in the bin, 100%.
Algox's Algai, Algox Archers. Where in Rexdust would you like them?
The very top of the most worst thing ever that wreck us. We hadn't encountered them in such a long time, and then we thought we were fine, and then we saw them. We're like, "Hey, we're heaps more experienced. We're way better at Frosthaven. We've got all these cool powers, and look how awesome we are." And then we saw them, and they just booked us again.
Yeah.
Like, there's just they're like, "Oh no, 6 damage at range 5 going really early is still really good." Turns out.
Yep. It's
Yep.
it's one of the first things you're going to encounter in this game. You will remember them.
Yep.
There's no unless you've played this game before, and I think if we played this again in the first scenario, we wouldn't have anywhere near as much problems as we did in them. But that's not what's going to happen. Every single person who buys this game who sets up scenario 1 is going to go, "What the actual fuck?"
Yeah, I reckon these are the reason that there's such a high percentage of people to say that this game's too hard, okay, and that they fall off it is because these are in the first few scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah, they abandoned the game
That's
because
it.
of them.
That's it. These aren't Bandit Scouts. Bandit Scouts are a pain in the ass from Gloomhaven, but they're not archers,
No.
right? And I mean, they might even have the same deck. I don't know. I haven't looked into the math of it. Someone's probably gonna be like, "Oh, they've got pretty much exactly the same things." Maybe it's then just the scenario design or how it works. But on normal difficulty, these wreck you. I don't remember the Bandit Scouts wrecking you on normal difficulty. I know when you bumped it up.
Yeah. I think Dwarf did say that I think the original ones, that when, you know how they have a trap one, like put a trap on the floor? I think they changed it so that in Frosthaven, these guys do an attack and put it on the floor, which meant that the trap card or the trap ability was there. We're having a break. We're giving you guys a little reprieve. It's a rest card, yeah. Whereas I think they don't even have a rest card anymore.
They just don't rest.
No. They hit you for half, like maybe 3 damage, which is still a lot at the beginning of the game. That's half a Bone Shaper's health, provided he hasn't summoned yet. I've already put guards in the bin. You okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Algox Priests. I want to oof these.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
I hate these guys.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, like we've had a few bad experiences with them.
2 early initiative cards to some. Immobilize. They heal things and keep things alive. They've got shield. Like, obviously these guys aren't going to find on their own, but their tool set is just so frustrating.
Yep.
Scouts, I want to Rex us these only because of my one experience where I got to play a whole scenario without using any items because of impair. But they won't go up that high. But yeah, they're annoying. They're a lot of health. They're ranged.
I'm gonna low meh.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, these are useless. They have never done anything of note.
They've given me grief.
Yeah, other than make you not be able to use items because you keep getting hit by them. These are, and I mean, look, I did happen to play a character for about 15 scenarios that was immune to impair, so I also did not feel any of that. So it's I don't know.
I do know, and they're going in high met.
Okay, I'm all right with that. Good compromise.
Algox Eye Speakers.
Like, I mean, these have shown, I'd say pretty high in the oof. Like, I think we usually deal with them pretty well. They don't have a lot of health, but their damage output could be crazy with brittle and their multi attacks and the damage
and stun.
Like do they have stun? Do they?
They stunned you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ages ago in the meeting. And they'd have to be higher than Deep Terrors and Ancient Artillery because at least those two you can plan around and go how are we going to approach this. These guys just go, I'm coming right up to you right now and I'm going to cleave you in half.
Yeah, that's true actually. And I think the example of that was when in that meeting scenario, which won't go into too many details to spoilers, but we ran off one way, had a bunch of NPCs or other things go, we'll just let them distract those. And the one guy just carved up their whole team in like one or two turns. And we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, basically he single-handedly killed like 3 of these.
Yeah.
But I don't want to meh these. I believe these at least, the Algox Snow Speakers go in at least not bad because I think their toolset's pretty good. They remind me a little bit of Shrike Fiends.
Yeah, I think they're like Shrike Fiends, but I don't want to say not as annoying because I feel like they can be really annoying, but I just feel like we haven't encountered them enough in bad situations. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I reckon
they've got high health. They've got the pull from range thing and pure damage. Remember the pillars?
Yeah.
Savaas Icestorm. Now, I believe there's actually one other mob we have not seen, the Savaas Lava Flow. I actually don't think we've seen that ever. So that's I think that's the partner to this one here. Yep. But I think we've seen this maybe twice. And the only thing I can really remember from them other than manipulating like the ice element, and I think they're more of a support. I think like a position 4. They summon wind demons.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Okay. Which can be gross. So they can't be binned, I don't think.
Not bad or high meh.
I'd go high meh.
I know every time that we drew their cards when we've seen them, there's a lot of text on them, but a lot of the time it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that was just the situation because they were by themselves. Like maybe the heal didn't do anything because they didn't need to be healed. I don't know. I 100% agree they can't go in the bin.
We need to explore them more.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't really, other than summoning the Wind Demon, I can't really remember what else they did. I just know that it was some ranged annoyance.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Wind Demons. High movement, push pull, disarm.
Oh, what?
Oh, they're
It's
pretty
only
gross.
you
They
did
got
solo,
high
solo
shields.
scenario. Like if you hadn't done that solo scenario, you'd be no way. I reckon they're low, not bad.
You reckon?
At worst,
Oh,
yeah.
that hurts me.
Yeah. Are they the ones that disarm?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, maybe a bit higher then.
They've got an AoE disarm, I believe.
Yeah, maybe mid, not bad then, or I don't know. Actually, I'll say not bad. You can put them where in not bad you think because you obviously have had some bad experiences with them.
All right, done.
Oh, okay, yep, that's fair.
I hate these guys. Night Demons. Night Demons have disadvantage. They go invisible. They're just flat out assholes, really.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. They hit hard. You have disadvantage. They're hard to kill, and they also have
a lot of health.
And they go really, really quickly, and they can go invisible. Like they just are a really annoying monster to deal with that can also do a bunch of damage. So, yep.
Haven't seen too many of them lately, but still, I'm looking forward to when the demons all make a comeback. There was a period of time where we were fighting them over and over again, so we're having a bit of a break. Actually, because of the lines we've been doing lately, we've actually not seen a lot of these. We got Flame Demons. Flame Demons, again, have high shield. I think lower health. I think they're sort of like flame versions of the Wind Demons, except with a lot of ranged attacks. Yeah, that's about it, really.
So, I remember these being way more scary than I think we found them. So again, in Gloomhaven, I remember these were one of the more annoying mobs to deal with because they're retaliate plus shields plus high damage and a whole bunch of stuff. But we just haven't had a lot of issue with them.
No.
Again, I think it's because and this kind of goes for the living spirits. We've just found ways to have pierce or pure damage. And I think between those two things, we've just managed to be able to deal with these high shield, low health creatures. So,
no, yeah, no, I don't rate them, not anymore. Yep. I'm waiting for them to come back and do something.
Breakfast.
Earth Demons going there. You happy with that?
In the bin, like at the bottom of the bin.
Bottom of the bin.
But these are the binnest. Oh, hang on. Are these more bin than guards?
I think they're more bin than guards.
Really? At least these have health and like an AoE attack. Guards don't even do anything.
Yeah. No, guards have shield at least and retaliate, I think, on a card.
Okay, all right.
These guys, yes, they create earth and they can do a ranged attack. There's a bit of a meme in this, but yeah, they're just super binny. So binny.
Yeah. Like punching bags.
Yeah. Sorry, Earth Demons, but yeah, you enjoy it. It's good. You got good company down there. Frost Demons, another one that hurts me, but I know that you probably don't rate them very highly.
I rate these higher than Wind Demons.
Oh, really?
Because the Retaliate, I think the Retaliate is
yeah, that's fair.
Causes problems.
Okay,
but again,
let's go into Oof then.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. I haven't had a lot of trouble with Wind Demons, so therefore that's why I put these higher. But
they're fairly good health pools. They've got Retaliate. They've got some good cleaves.
Yeah.
A couple of ranged attacks. Like they're not. Oh no, they can't be an Oof. They're.
I don't think they're an Oof. I think they're high, not bad. I reckon.
Yeah. Okay. High, not bad. Two more. We have Sun Demons, Sun or Light Demons. I don't remember. So those are the ones that attack with advantage.
Yeah. I'm gonna suggest these go in low Oof.
Oh yeah. I'm happy with that actually. Yeah.
I think again you forget what having advantage on all your attacks does and they just pump damage.
They do.
Like
They hit
and they've
really
got a
hard.
decent amount of life as well.
They do. I'm not 100% sure if they even have shield as well. I just know that they're quite annoying to deal with because they hit hard and take a bit.
And I think when we've come across them, similar to night demons, there's usually 2 or 3 of them together. Like one by themselves, whatever. But 2 or 3 of them together is a scary kind of like pack of mobs. So
finally, we have Chaos Demons. Now I think we didn't bin these last time, but they were somewhere in between the not bad and the meh. They were somewhere down here. We did not respect them. We'd only seen them once. We barely remember what they did. What has happened in that time?
We saw them heaps, and they did lots of bad things to us all the time, and we hate them.
Rexus hate them?
I think Rexus hate them. I don't know where on Rexus. I'd say they can't be higher than Harrowers because we don't see Harrowers enough.
So they can be higher than Harrowers.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So they can't be lower than Harrowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're definitely higher than Harrowers because we don't see Harrowers enough. I don't know if they're above Shriek Fiends. We haven't fought Shriek Fiends in a while, and I think that's made us forget how truly annoying they are. But in saying that, Chaos Demons, and they're actually the monster of the week at the moment on the Reddit. So people were all like reading through that is like this kind of going through your trauma of like, oh yeah. Like the only thing is, I mean, they give you what they go quickly, or they can go really quickly. They hit pretty hard. They muddle on all the time, like all their attacks. They got a good health pool. Their movement is quite good as well. Like the only thing they don't do that's annoying, the only 2 things that would make them way more annoying is if they had retaliate, because then they'd be way hard to kill, or if they flew.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The only thing is because they don't fly, and there's a lot of characters that have battlefield manipulation, right? You can make them not be as gross as they could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy with that.
And they muddle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I think this is beautiful. I think this is there's a level of art to this. It tells a story. It tells us, like, you know, when you go to see a psychologist or something, that like, tell me about what happened. You could just show them this picture.
People will be able to look through and go, we understand what booked you in Frosthaven based on where you've put everything.
Yep.
Yep. No, I love it. It's really good.
So what I've done, guys, is I've pulled up last year's tier list, and put it next to the one we've literally just done. And it's very fascinating to see that, a couple of things are still there. Like the Algox Archers are still holding their place really strongly. And the Harrow Infestors are obviously still up in the Rexus pile based on one encounter. But in the meantime, Chaos Demons have come all the way out of mid-tier, which was not bad, straight into Rexus tier.
That's right. Yeah, a couple of other noticeable things. We've actually dropped Shriek Fiends down a little bit out of... we've raised them up.
Yeah.
So we've raised them up even though we haven't really encountered them anymore, I wouldn't think.
Wow. So the Drakes have gone. They've just really dropped. They went from problematic all the way down to meh.
So what I'm interested in looking at, what do we have in which is GG Easy, which is in the bin, right? The old thing. So we definitely had the
Earth Demons are still there.
Earth Demons are still so that our most hated monster or highest rated monster and our lowest rated monster haven't changed.
No,
that's hilarious. We've also got the Algox guards. We've got the Yetis, and we mustn't have had the other guards or the steel automatons. So yeah, that makes sense. But we've still got those down. But noticeably, we've got the eels.
Yeah.
And we've got the soldiers that are there that have all been bumped up. Even the spirits.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see what we've done. Polar bears are a lot higher. We didn't really rate the Beyblades.
No.
Well, hang on. That's a lie. We rated the OG Beyblades of the burrowing blade things, but the spinning...
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
We were like, nah.
So that must have been the elevator the only time that we actually had dealt with them, and we kind of CC'd the crap out of them at the time. So, really interesting. And I like the fact that a lot of the ones that are currently in the OOF pile for both, it's consistent. It's kind of stayed the same. It's just we've added more things to it. And most of those creatures, with the exception of those raining drakes and the spitting drakes, have actually taken a dive. So Piranha
Yeah.
Pigs and the Abael kind of went up, and yeah, a couple of spirits move around. But in general, and the robotic bolt shooters, which went, yeah, fairly meh, straight up to oof.
So it's interesting because I spent the whole time thinking that we binned Chaos Demons, but they're actually basically in the middle in our last one. They were
Yes.
annoying but fine. They were there alongside the cannons and the ice wraiths, and now we've just bumped them up to Rexus because we've seen them heaps more. So it's funny that even being annoying but fine, we still had people message us and say, "Hey, I think you have underrated Chaos Demons. You just wait and see." So we didn't even say they were in the bin. We were like, "They're annoying, but they're fine," and they're like, "No, no, no, that's too low." So, which obviously has been true because we've bumped them right up.
Yeah, we
So
saw them once. Well,
yeah,
I love
so
it. I love the fact that archers are still enemy top
that's
tier number
it.
one. The first thing you'll find, and to this day, if we open a door and we see them, it's gonna be like we are so screwed.
Yeah, like we will definitely try to kill them, but we probably won't be able to, and they'll do heaps of damage to us. That's what's going to happen. So
Well, we will revisit this again, I guess, once our campaign is all wrapped up. See if we get more movement, and then yeah, we'll be able to sit there and go, "This is the official amDirt monster tier list."
yeah,
All right,
sounds good. Thanks for
signing
joining
out.
us.
Thanks for joining. Bye.